Mm. Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on this Wednesday, October 10th. It is Hump Day, and it has been a rough week to say the least. The only good news is that everybody in the NFC East stinks. Thank God everybody stinks. But I got to tell you, I was out this morning walking the dog. You know, our dog that had surgery on his back and everything else, and can't go out the dog door and go down the steps and take care of business, so I actually have to go walk him in the morning first thing. And I was standing on the corner there waiting for the dog to do his business, and this van, painter's van, goes by, and I see the guy look and point, and he's got cowboy helmets, cowboy stars, and everything on there, and he pulls over to the sideline, and we had a conversation. So actually, let's check out that conversation real quick. Mark Holmes here, actually walking my dog, and I just had a paint truck go by me with a guy that had all kinds of cowboy stuff on it. He points, he's like, look, okay. So he pulled off on the side. Come here, Simba. Come here. And here he is. Hold on. I see a fellow Cowboy fan who must be in mourning as well.
You got the website, man.
Yeah, Cowboy Joe Boo,
I've been checking you out, man.
Well, nice to meet you. Your name is?
William.
William.
We've always paying. I've been checking you out, man.
Well,
You've been showing it like it is.
It's been hard, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
So you're a Cowboy fan here, living in Washington,
D.C.
I'm
area.
Local,
brother.
How long you been a Cowboy fan?
Probably since I was oh wow, man. 7 or 8 years old. I'm 53. Yeah.
Today's my birthday. I'm 53 too.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, see? And everybody keeps talking about us being bandwagon fans and stuff.
Ain't no bandwagon fans. This is America's team, brother. Hey, it's nationwide. It's nationwide.
How do you feel about
I can't go nowhere without talking to a Cowboy fan. I don't care
I'm
where
serious.
I go.
Look, his truck, Cowboy stars on the back of it. Front of my house.
I don't
Cowboy
care.
flag.
I don't care where I go. I got shoes. I've got shoes. I've asked people if I got underwear, Cowboy stuff. You know what I tell them? Do you want to see them? Do you want to see them?
That's hardcore Cowboys fan.
Hey, man, my whole family, except I got one daughter that's a Patriots fan, which that's okay with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to take her under your wing.
Well, man, I appreciate the support, man. Let me ask you, though, how do you feel about what's going on with Dallas? Do you think Jason Garrett
I think Jason Garrett should have went for it on 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
I still do, because either way, he's going to lose his job, I think.
We can only hope.
I'm listening to you, man. Every time I pop you, every time I say I pop you, I listen to you at least twice, so I can get it all in.
Well, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can go on a business card?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, man.
See, look at that. Everywhere you go.
I know that guy, man.
It's just walking around, and here we go. Yeah, that was really cool. David, diehard Dallas Cowboy fan from here in Washington, D.C. area. I know people always say that you can't be a real Dallas Cowboy fan unless you're from Dallas, but I say that's a bunch of crap, because Dallas Cowboy fans are all over the world, all over the country, and that's the reason why the Cowboys are worth $5 billion, because of not the big corporations, because of us little diehard fans that go out, buy jerseys, buy towels, keychains, go to a game or two here. It's all of us small investors in the Dallas Cowboys that have made it what it is. And that's where you, Jerry, need to look out for us. I just want to do one last thing here. I just want to put something out there real quick. These are notes I had from yesterday, but I just got tired of just doing videos and stuff because it was just hard. But in the time that Jason Garrett was hired, 2010, 2010, I was only 45. Boy, the first iPad was released, and The Walking Dead first came out. Seems like a long time ago. Think about that. Now, when Jason Garrett was hired, believe it or not, John Fox was still coaching the Carolina Panthers. Let me say it again. John Fox was still at the Carolina Panthers. And in that time that Jason Garrett has been head coach, he left the Carolina Panthers, coached with the Denver Broncos for 4 years. And in those 4 years, he won the division 4 times, going to the Super Bowl and losing. And he got fired. He then, since Jason Garrett's been hired, went to the Chicago Bears, coached them for 2 years. And then now works on the talking shows. Think about that. In the time that Jason Garrett has been here, he went from Carolina to Denver, went to a Super Bowl, got fired. Went to a Super Bowl and got fired. Won the division 4 times and got fired. Went to another team. And we saw Jason Garrett. I'll give you another one. Tom Coughlin, after winning the Super Bowl with the Giants in 2007, was on the hot seat the year that Jason Garrett got hired, 2010. Turned around, won the Super Bowl in 2011, and was back on the hot seat in 2015 and got fired. And then went to Jacksonville for 2 years and got them to the AFC Championship as the GM. All this happened during the time of Jason Garrett. And I'm not saying that it's Jason Garrett's fault. I'm just pointing out that in the NFL, you have a window. I'm just looking at a scroll that's kind of going through here. You have a window of opportunity. And if you're not getting it done, you turn it over. I try to ignore some of the numbers that I've put out there of my own, that generally speaking, if you haven't won it within 5 years, you're not going to in the modern era. I mean, it's not like the days of Tom Landry where you coach for 30 years for the same team, or Don Shula. This is, you get in, you get your coaching staff, you get your kind of guys, and if you haven't done it in 5 years, then it's time to go to the next guy. Unless you're the Dallas Cowboys. I know Jerry Jones keeps opting for stability is the thing we always hear, but stability of mediocrity, everything really hovers right around that 8-8. Mediocrity. We used to strive for excellence and only accepted excellence. Now, I will say there's a lot of reasons why our offense isn't performing, even though points are up throughout the NFL. Dak is slow on his reads. Dak's mechanics are off. Dak's receivers are dropping balls and not necessarily getting open, as well as them all being new together. Any time to work together. But another thing that we haven't really focused on a whole lot is the loss of Travis Frederick is huge. You're talking about the best center in football, perennial Pro Bowler, not having him. Add to that the guy right next to him, Connor Williams, being a rookie. He's getting better. He's got some good plays, and then he'll have a brain fart, and his technique goes. But also what's not being talked about is Tyron Smith. Clowney owned Tyron Smith. We're seeing Tyron Smith getting beat now by speed rushers, and it may be time to start getting concerned about Tyron. Tyron still has great games and stuff, but I think his body is beginning to fail him. We're no longer the team that constantly had that great offensive line, the number one in football. It's good. It's serviceable, but it's not lights out like it used to be. Clowney was able to penetrate on the run stopping and just literally stuff Zeke where Zeke had nowhere to go. The Texans' defensive line literally owned our offensive line. J.J. Watt, Clowney, they just went off. And there wasn't much running room around in there. That's where you have to start trying to do different things with the offense. You got to start, instead of trying to do 7-step dropbacks, you start doing 3-step dropbacks and do quick hitters from where the rush is coming from, because that's going to be an open lane. But we'll get into that kind of stuff later. So understand, there's a lot of things that are going on with this offense that are reasons why it's stuck in the mud. Some of them are correctable. Some of them can get better. Some of them, it's just the way it's going to be for the season. You can't do much about it. And some of them will be matchups. So I'm not ready to give up on the season, not when I look and see everybody else in the NFC East. That's garbage. And it's a long season. You don't know what team's going to get an injury here to a quarterback or a skilled player that's going to change the dynamics. You don't know if all of a sudden your offense starts clicking a little bit better, and where it started out looking putrid, where they start getting into a rhythm as guys get better. And I will say this. One thing you have to look at, let's take Taco, for example. Taco, everybody said was a bust the first half of the season. But you look at how he came on the second half. Rookies get better after they start getting some more experience. So we may see Connor Williams by week 8, 9 start to play better because now he's kind of got some of that rookie stank off of him. So we'll look for that. Also, you can also hope that with more time of working together with the wide receivers, that they'll start getting a repertoire, having more and more repetitions between each other, where they'll start getting into a rhythm, because it's still quite early in working together with these guys. So don't give up the faith just yet. Don't cancel the season. We're only 5 games in, and anything can happen. Whew. So that being said, I got to get ready for my day job. So as always, friends, any news on the Cowboys, and I'm hoping that we have a much less drama-filled day than yesterday. Yesterday was just no fun. Between Jerry Jones and Dez, Troy Aikman on Dak, it was just ugly. I'm going to say one thing, and I hope I don't jinx it, but I think we're going to see a good game against the Jaguars. I really feel that one. I'm Mark Holmes. It's my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and I'll see you guys